You are listening to the Pinax Report.
Pinax Report. Pinax Report.
The Pinax Report.
Pinax Report.
Pinax Report.
Live only on Pinax TV.
The issue of the Chief Justice, her ladyship, Gertrude Tokonu, Kamia say, and Seminole, ni yenya is getting more interesting by day. And now the updates be everyone say, court no etna injunction ebinumo call yes omo enfanto petition man for petition tia Chief Justice ne say yenje ne dibre emfini nsemo injunction wo motena so na akoye 4-1 na say asem no yaboagua petition no committee President John Dramani Mahama ye say wo enhwehwe ensem nimu no wo betoa so aye wo adwuma as expected of them na eno ene yeda sorry ya ebusia enti ya aba no etwemu se Chief Justice wodi asem no akwakodan the Supreme Court of Ghana etwemu se onti ase china sene mo betoa so na moye petition ne dia ene wasi yehu live coverage na se ensem no ekoso no committee na etina nsem ni so mu yemu hwehwemu no monfa camera ento so nyanyina yenhwe bi mensu menhwe bi muntimi nkotena kokwa mu enkonkoye petition no adwuma emfa results embeto monten so emagana for enye den enyini entisade a wo pese wo mode camera eto so na de ye live coverage ni nyina ye hwe bi now court rate free sansem we mu no ebusia aba beka yensa e wa hanum say ye de better screens ne so e de ama ni akinkan mu na afa ya chechire mu di entia Chief Justice no etwemu say baby ansem no eduro ne de wono epese ye live coverage e de free e de fa sa petition ya committee President John Dramani Mahama ateno womo ebehwehwemu enti as you can see on the screens no or say the case is between her ladyship Justice Gertrude Araba Isaba Saki Tokonu Chief Justice Resident Cantonment oba say or say the Attorney General intina sem no between Chief Justice the Attorney General Justice Gabriel Scott ono nanano wotina sem ne so a wobogu ye no na Justice Samuel Kwame Esibu Asiedu na Justice Samuel Kwame Daniel Yao Domlevlo na Major Flora Bazwan Nura said dear Mufancheme and Professor James Sefa Jisa no omo and same way now oba say in the name of the Republic of Ghana you are hereby commanded within 14 days after the service on you of the statement of the plaintiff's case inclusive of the day of service that you are to file or cause to be filed for you a statement of defendant's case in action at the suit of the nature of relief sought as is follows enti no ni nyina no mpa che say de krata ni kodisa ni pansia we honoma niema a wo mo pese wo mo enye now I say a declaration that upon a true and proper interpretation of article 17 clause 1 and 2 19 clause 13 and 14 1467 and 8 2811 and 295 clause 1 of the Constitution a Chief Justice has the right to a public hearing in proceedings before a committee appointed by the President to inquire into a petition presented for the removal of the Chief Justice. So mutrema embrane say Chief Justice na ewo ho kwan say obebisa say yenye proceedings ne life. Say the work no onhwe bi na onu nso enhu say de den eko. Now oba say a declaration that upon a true and proper interpretation of article 17 clause 1 and 2 19 clause 13 and 14 clause 23 146 clause 7 and 8 and 2811 as it is or say the right they said they are talking about the fact say as it stands now the Chief Justice has all the right to ask for a year proceedings no live for her to know say committee no say no mo kan no evidence we no mo prove here o mo kofa same way wa ha o mo kofa same way e wa ha no say now yento aso with other information sir e kan we e ho a e ba ye nti Chief Justice abrede wo chem say mo ma live proceedings ne emba so dia then nobody absolutely nobody should think of sebe say or be any petition reading bia na so mehwe petition ni mu ana say bibisa debi and the nya de obet jipini. So I say the good sense in the constitutional prescription that impeachment proceedings be held in camera are very obvious and need not be recited here. Suffice it to say that the judiciary as an institution thrives on the healthy estimation in which it is held by the people itself. It is therefore not safe to impede the integrity of a judge in public in case the allegation turns out to be unfounded. Hence the constitutional provision that such proceedings be held in camera. It's not just so or my evidence say constitution it says so person who to obi ade so kwan na mo be fa so a mo de be bobo asem ne be ye nhwehwemu no e wo se mo de camera eye den eto so said de be ya nipa no eye nipa titire a wo kura eye dibre a emu oduro se mo de asem kwhye na afa ye beba na asem ne nye no kura na ye den ede afa ho or say a balanced assessment of the competing public interest in this area is bound to lead to a certain degree of curtailment of the freedom of expression of a petitioner for the removal of a chief justice or any other judge of the superior court of judicature. The constitutional requirement that the impeachment proceedings be held in camera will be defeated if the petitioner were allowed to publish his or her petition to anyone other than the president. This is likely to lead to the petitioner's allegation being heard in public, while the judge's response can be considered in private. This would lead to grave adverse public relations consequences for the judiciary. And to the opportunity nyina ene say nipa na or the petition ne koye no I was said ye be kind the petition no obedwam no obi ehu obi ate de ekọ ye nyina ye nya ye ho ntiase na ye hu se de nsem no efri nipa no ho ye den e baaye na afi nso no eno na nchen no ye tena so wie a na judges for no ehwe nsem nimu a kokoamu no omo ebetimi de asem no sebe ne pomasi bra na se results no ene de ometimi aka no kokoamu nanso no petition ne de e wo se Ghana ni bia ye de hu bi se de be ya bi so asem ne ye nokre anaso se enye nokre. Now I say this would lead to grave adverse public relation consequences. The institution of the judiciary could be undermined without any justification. Accordingly, in my view, a petitioner under Article 146 may not disclose the content of his or her petition to the media, nor indeed to any person other than the president. He or she may reveal the fact that he or she has presented a petition to the president, but not its content. If the purpose of the framers of Article 146 Clause 8 of the 1992 Constitution is to be adhered to, not just say, baby, I didn't do any petitioner no. Ne petition no e will say kodru mampani ho and no other person. Inti say kodru wa dia the ruling ne de e will say omu etimi e de eye camera eto so I mean the procedure. Now I say to conclude on this issue. Yes, to conclude on this issue, I am not persuaded by the second defendant's argument. But argument that it is only the inquiry into the content of the petition which is confidential and that the content of the petition itself are not confidential. That position subverts the intention and purpose embodied in Article 146. For what purpose is served by holding the impeachment proceedings in camera if in the meantime the contents of the petition have been put into the public domain? International say otrema asem ne de baby ekwa kodro no say ababedu enipa dom mu de ebi wo ho no ma constitution ne ma ho kwan say ensem a ewo eye petition ni mu ne de etimi fa meto abonten ba nipa ne betimi de aba say oh me the petition akwa akoma mampanin say efa nipa we hu ana say nipa we ehu ye to aso a or say in order to remain true to the purpose of Article 146 Clause 8, I believe that the plaintiff is right in contending that the confidentiality attaching to the impeachment proceeding should also extend to documents and other relevant materials employed or to be employed in the proceedings. Accordingly, I am of the view that the second defendant breached Article 1468 when he published the content of his petition to persons other than the president. However, there is no conclusive evidence on record that the second defendant was responsible for the publication in the media of his petition. Abusia enti amafo bebre na ebisa se adenti na Chief Justice pese ye de camera to so na wo kire mu se asem no wo de petition kwa mampani pe na wosi wehu se mampani nko ahu de eni asem ne de ye betumi akoka na ya hwemu ni ade committee ne betumi ayomodwuma na se petition na ekoti ano no na ye mienu baako de wo de ne de ni mu nsem nyina ebeto monten so etimi de abeto monten so de eni wo se proceedings ne so wo mo de camera eto so ema wo mo ehu dia ekọ enyina enti sabre de ye hwe se court ebetie Chief Justice ne nsema wo de abeto na omaye proceedings of the committee into the petition probe no omaye no life e de amano anase omo enye ye bedi ensem we echebusia ye bema mo update e wo hu.
You are listening to the PNX Report.
PNX Report. PNX Report.
The PNX Report.
PNX Report.
PNX Report.
Live only on PNX TV.